An excerpt from Baba Ali and the Clockwork Djinn, a Steampunk Fairy Tale, by Danielle Ackley-McPhail and Dale Muhammad. Before they could take up their tools, something clattered on the window-sill. As one, Ali and Babbage turned to behold a fantastic sight. Perched upon the sill was a falcon, not one of the small English kestrels. This creature rivaled the majestic raptors of Ali's desert home. Head tilting for a better view, Ali stepped forward. The movement took him out of the path of the light, allowing the warm glow of the lamps to fall full upon the form in the open window. Gem-bright eyes flashed at him from a sculpted avian face. Drawing a sharp breath, Ali stopped still. "How extraordinary!" Babbage murmured softly. Silently, Ali agreed. Other than its form, this bird had no foundation in nature. Both feathers and flesh were purely mechanical, finely wrought from the most delicate of clockwork and hammered metal. Ali noticed a series of gears beneath the wings. They moved both seamlessly and silently. Feathers of fitted bronze, copper, and tin, in their natural colors, undimmed, fluttered flat against its back with faint clicks. Ali longed to examine the inner workings. Both he and Babbage stepped closer, but as a shape moves, so does its shadow. Their own reached out to the marvel before them. The construct gave a sudden cry at their motion, and hunched upon its clawed feet, wings sweeping out and upward until they stretched wide into the room. "Allah protect us!" Well aware of the damage that could be delivered by the claws and beak of hunting falcons, Ali stepped in front of his teacher, waving his arms and shouting in Arabic. Behind him, Babbage swore and picked up what sounded like a heavy lever from a pullback motor. But the bird did not strike. The falcon flapped its wings, showing off the tiny myriad gears. It screeched a high piercing call, repeating it once, twice, 3 times. Ali paused, peering past his arms. That wasn't the sound of an impending attack. The falcon gazed back at him. It blinked, repeated the move once more, then launched skyward, disappearing into the night, further establishing its unnatural state. The sill bore deep gouges in the wood, and an ornate bronze puzzle box remained where the falcon had lit. The air grew still as neither of them moved. A frown puckered Ali's brow as he turned his gaze to his teacher. Babbage merely stood there, rigid, his features pale. He gripped the lever so tightly that his hand shook. "You've seen it before?" Ali wasn't sure if his sentence was a statement or a question. His teacher swallowed hard, as if forcing something bitter past his throat. "Fetch it, lad." Despite his lack of tone, the words carried an air of foreboding. Ali's jaw tensed at the diminutive form of address used by the older man. In light of the earlier encounter on the street, Ali had to remind himself there was no malice in Ustad Babbage. The man had the habit of calling any man younger than he lad. However, his clear refusal to answer Ali's question indicated something else was troubling him. Ali moved forward, careful step by careful step, though the raptor had already flown away. For a moment, he thought he saw something move in the darkness beyond the window, but could not be certain. Recalling the bird's razor-like claws, Ali's hands clenched into fists. He shook them loose, then reached for the box with one hand, as he closed the window with the other. Turning towards the nearest lamp, he brought up his right hand to trace the engraving. His name, scribed in his own language, with a flourish that seemed familiar. Surrounding his name, intricate scrollwork ran from the edges of the top of the box and down each side. His vision blurred as he stared down at the marks, as if the design rejected his gaze. Ali shook off such foolish thoughts. Surely the oily lamp fumes had addled his brain. Ustad Babbage. Ali didn't understand the significance of the box, but perhaps his teacher would. "You've seen it before?" Ali repeated the question, this time more insistent. He held the puzzle box out towards Babbage. The mechanical bird had come to his home, left the box on his sill. All Ali had done was retrieve it. The lighting dimmed, or perhaps just his vision. and the room shivered. Babbage's eyes dropped to the box, then lifted back to Ali before sliding away, avoiding Ali's questioning gaze. His lips drew down at the corners. "I would say we're done for the evening, lad. Go on to bed." Ali tapped the box. "Take it with you. It's clear whom it's meant for." "But this—" Ali fumbled over the English words. His mind raced, and he couldn't translate his jumbled thoughts or emotions quickly. Babbage met Ali's gaze and held it. "That is your name engraved on the box. We can both see that, and no creature, neither mechanical nor natural, could have found this place, could have found you by accident. Do you understand, Ali bin-Massoud?" This was the first time Babbage had used his full name. Before Ali could inquire further, Babbage turned away, discouraging any further conversation as he set about tidying the workbench and extinguishing the lamps. "I will finish cleaning up here alone. Good night, Ali."